Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome to another ancient Irish tale. Today is another short story called The Adventures of Connla the Fair. So sit back, relax, enjoy a horn of mead, smash that subscribe button, and enjoy. The following story is one of the most ancient in our collection, dating probably from the 8th century. Its directness and restraint are in the distant contrast to the more florid narrative method of the death of Finn and the Second Battle of Mortoria. The observant reader is in no danger of mistaking the economy and treasureness of this story for barterness and imagination. The struggle of the father for possession of his son is told almost as few words as Goethe's famous Erl King. And although artistic comparison between the old Irish tale and the great modern ballad would be unprofitable, we cannot fail to recognize a strong emotional kinship between them. It will be noted that the story is thrown into the form of the Drenishes. Of course, it is only a mechanical trick. The world-spread theme of the mortal who follows a supernatural woman to the fairyland here is artificially linked to the explanation of the name. Having the prediction of St. Patrick come from the lips of one of the pagan fairy folk, its engaging touch. Conn, the Hundred Finger, the father of art, and Connla was one of the earliest high kings of Ireland. According to the annals, he flourished during the first half of the 2nd century. Now, why was art the lone one so called? Not hard to say. One day, as Connla the Bold, son of Connla the Hundred Finger, was with his father on the hill of Ost, he saw a woman in a familiar dress. She said, "Connla, where do you come from?" Connla said. "O woman." The woman answered, "I come from the land of the living, where there is neither death, nor want, nor sin. We keep perpetual feast without need of service. Peace reigns among us without strife. A great fairy mound it is in which we live, wherefore we're called the folk of the fairy mound. Al-Shid. Who is it you are speaking to?" Connla asked his son, for none could see the woman save Connla alone. The woman answered, "He is speaking to a young and beautiful woman of noble descent, who will know neither death nor an old age. Long have I loved Connla, and I summoned him to Magmerle, where Bosra the Eternal is king. A king whose reign there has been no weeping and no sorrow since he began his rule. Come with me, O bold Connla, with rosy neck gleaming like a candle. The fair crown that sits upon thy ruby consonants is a token of thy royalty. If thou wilt follow me, though from thou shalt never decrease in youth or beauty, even to the marvelous day of judgment." As you can see, there is a Christian tone to this story. Then, Connla spoke to his druid. Corin was his name, for they'd all heard everything the woman said, although they did not see her. "I appeal to you, Connla, skilled in song, skilled in arts. A power has come over me too great for my skill, too great for my strength. A battle has come upon me, such as I had never met since I took the Sovereignty. By the treacherous attack at the unseen shape overpowers me to rob me of my fair son. Where heathen words of magic, he is snatched from my royal side by woman's words of magic. Whereupon the druid sang a magical incantation against the voice of the woman so that no one could hear her voice, and Connla saw no more of her at that time. But as the woman departed before the potent chanting of the druid, she threw Connla an apple. Connla remained to the end of a month without food or drink. No nourishment seemed him worthy to be consumed save only the apple. What he ate of the apple never diminished it, but remained always unconsumed. Longing seized upon Connla for the woman he had seen. On the day when the month was complete, Connla was seated with his father in Megachram, and he saw the same strange woman coming towards him. She spoke to him thus: "A woeful seat where Connla sits, among short-lived mortals, awaiting only drearful death. The living, the immortal, call to you. They summon you to the people of Terra, who behold you every day. In its assemblies of your native land, among your beloved kinsmen." When Connla heard the voice of the woman, he called to his attendants, "Summon me the druid. I see that her tongue is loose today." Then the woman said, "O Connla the Hundred-Finger, thou should not cling to druidry. It will not be long before there will be come to give judgments on our broad strand, a righteous one." In other words, this is the prediction of St. Patrick. "With many wonderful companies, soon his law will reach you. He will annihilate your laws of the druids in the sight of the black magic demon." Then Connla wondered why Connla made no answer except when the woman came. "Has it touched your heart what the woman says, O Connla?" asked Connla. Then said Connla, "It's not easy for me, though I love my people, longing for a woman has seized me." The woman said, "Thou strivest most difficult of wishes to fulfill. Against the wave longing with drives thee hence. The land may reach in my crystal boat the fairy mound of Borach. There is yet another land that is no worse to reach. It is now the sun sinks. Although it is fair, we may reach it before midnight. The land which rejoices the heart of everyone who wanders therein. No other sex lives there, save women and maidens." Then Connla leapt into the woman's crystal boat. The people saw him going away. Hardly could their eyes follow Connla and the maiden as they fared forth over the sea. From that day forward, they were never seen again. And then said Conan as he gazed upon his other son Art, "Today is Art left the lone one." Hence he came to be called Art, the Lone One.